Hey there. Yeah, I walked down this path. Whatever. So, oh hey there, boars. Yeah, I'm first going to hunt for meat. So today I'm.
Let's go, let's go.
What? Why are there this little boars here? I mean, like so small boars. I've never seen baby boars here. Whatever. So today I am, or in this video I want to play a teapot to call home. Like this event quest. It's not really an event because it's permanent. It's a permanent event, but still though it is an event. And yes, what is it for? It is to unlock this Serenity Pot. Serenity Pot is a 5-star item because it leads you to the Serenity World or whatever, I don't even know what you call it. So anyways, I plan on playing this today, and you can also see this here. Then it's in the world quest and it's marked as an event quest. So yeah, I would like to start with it now. A Teapot to Call Home, Part 1. The crisis looming over Liu Harbor has calmed, and it's business as usual in the city. However, Madame Ping, the flower admirer from Yurjing, Paris, seems to have something more to discuss with you. Yes, that was already a while ago. And oh, actually, I think that I've already once actually accidentally started this whole thing by talking to Madame Ping. And yeah, I've already talked to Madame Ping. She's like, yeah, you helped Liu this much, and now I want to reward you with something, I don't know, whatever. And there was also her, I don't know, how's it called again? Her pupil, Yanfei, and whatever. I'm now supposed to talk to Krosl. I'm not even sure what's going on as well. But hello Krosl, how are you doing? Alright, we are looking for this one.
Hello, Mr. Krosl. How's business been?
Ah yes, we are looking for this one material that you need for creating that Serenity Pot. Those Serenity Pots are like those things that we also use to enter when talking to Madame Ping during the Archon quests. So yeah, hello there, Mr. Krosl, how's business been? Yeah, we need this material so that she can build us a Serenity Pot as well. Or those, I know, are they called in general Serenity Pots? Yeah, I think so. Anyways, we are now looking for a rare stone. A rare one that is apparently only usable for Adepti or something. I'm not even sure myself. But as I said, it's required for constructing a Serenity Pot. So yeah, let's go.
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Yes, exactly. It's Smaragdus Jadeite we are looking for. And what the hell are you wearing? Like seriously, are you trying to pose as a stripper or what? Excuse, what is this? I'm just going to.
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, in the end I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus Jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize, I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhiqiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Oh.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhiqiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value. In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
No ambiguities here? What? What is this word? I've never heard that, but okay.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Why would he sign a contract like this? To show that it's true? I mean, wouldn't be 5 times or 2 times the value already be enough? I have no clue.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Chow lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Krosl. We'll be off now.
Okay. Well then, talk to Zhiqiao, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's weird. Weird Chinese names. Like, Chinese names are weirder or harder to pronounce, in my opinion, than Japanese names. I mean, yeah, hold on. How do I get up there?
Adventure time.
Ah, I have an idea. Like
Off
this.
we go. Adventure time.
It's still confusing to get to certain places in Liyue because of all those bridges here and stuff like that. Well, here, I see.
Oh, whatever shall I do?
Excuse me, are you Zhiqiao, whatever?
Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
Yes.
How do you do, Miss Chow? We understand from Mr. Krosl that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them.
Ooh.
I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice.
Well, I would say, oof. Big F. Why did you need them in the first place?
My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them.
Okay.
A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me.
Why would you need Smaragdus Jadeite hairpins? I don't get it. Would be like, I don't know, Core Lapis hairpins. Wouldn't Core Lapis hairpins do the job as well? I'm like, dude, seriously, those insanely pricey ores. What for? I'm like, seriously.
But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
I don't know. How should I know? Maybe because this is the part where we say we can help. Nah, I would like to keep out of here, but okay.
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
Like, it's already explained to us what
That's right!
happens.
Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Juqiao somehow.
To be honest, it's not even like anything complicated or something. There are just 2 conditions. If she loses it, like Juqiao, then she has to pay the full price back to that Krosl, I think his name was. And if it turns out to be fake, then Mr. Krosl has to pay 10 times the value of the hairpins to Miss Juqiao. So that's it. She can just say, okay, if it was to be fake in the end, then he has to pay the price back. But that's also it. There's not much complicated things to do, whatever. That would be a little unfair to Krosl.
True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
No, I don't think so.
Right. right, I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Krosl the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss.
Really?
Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account.
By the way, what is this stuff here? Is that like... I have no clue what that is supposed to be, but I mean, okay. Oh, whoa, hold on. Don't tell me that those are Yanfei's ears. Please don't tell me that. I just realized, I saw this thing once that she's supposed to be one of those animal people as well, just like Goro or Sucrose. I'm like, dude, don't tell me those are your ears. Please don't.
And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Juchao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have thought that. Yeah, okay, it was so obvious. I mean, come on.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not?
I'm like,
Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
come on. The properties of Smaragdus Jadeite were already given by Madame Ping. Like, this case is like a super easy task. I don't even know why this is supposed to be like a great detective mystery stuff, and I don't even know. I'm like, obviously I already know the story, so I already know what happens, but still though, come on, it's not even complicated or something. It's so obvious, all the things, if you can like think about it just a little bit. You've already heard the properties that normal people can't touch it, else it could result in death. Yeah, I don't know. Well, okay, maybe you don't know it right now because it was said by Madame Ping earlier in the part which is not included in this video because I accidentally once like got into this whole story quest. But still though, it's a necessary information that you would usually get if you start this whole story quest. Smaragdus Jadeite can't be touched by ordinary humans since it would just destroy your, I don't know what it was, your spirit or something. It would damage your spirit and could even could make you sick, ill, whatever, and could even result in death. And that's how we find out that it is not real or not, if it's real or not. I'm like, come on.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please, don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay compensation per the contract.
It's such a huge sum of money though. I don't even know how much it is. Is it 1 million or what?
However much
Or
it
10
is,
million?
I will have to pay it. My family are merchants after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contracts.
Especially
Now
in the
that it's
city
come
of
to this, I
contracts.
really shouldn't keep Krosl in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue and then negotiate the amount of compensation.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
Nothing.
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch, finest quality jade.
Is something the matter? Oh no, really something is the matter? Maybe it is not something that you could just simply touch like that? Yeah, I already know that. I mean, like, come on. Come on. We already know that you can't just touch it as an ordinary human.
No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Krosl's.
Actually, do we already know it? Or was it already said earlier in that conversation with Madame Ping? I have no clue. So actually, if I... Could I maybe like just talk to Madame Ping once again? Hold on a second. I would like to confirm that if she still talks. If I talk to Madame Ping now, what happens then? I don't even know. Anyways, Madame Ping should be around here as always. Right here, there. Then, or no, right here I think it was. I'm not even sure. And oh no, actually. Hey, Madame Ping's not here. Yeah, Madame Ping's not here. What a scam. Well, in that case, I'm just going to have to set the time a bit earlier. When it's daytime, she should be here again. Okay. Ah, perfect. Hello, Madame Ping. Oh, what? Hello, child. Though flower. Oh, okay. No, she's not going to say anything. Well then, bye. I thought maybe I could ask her about it, but I think... I'm not sure if it's already said, but yeah, maybe I just spoiled something big time. Yeah, I'm always spoiling the stories that I've already played. I'm not the best person at keeping my mouth shut. That's... Yeah, I'm like... Wow. Anyways... Mr. Krosl.
I should open a store here.
Okay, this is Mr. Krosl. Hello. How are you doing?
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
Why are you holding your hand like 20 centimeters in front of your head?
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus Jadeite?
Nothing? I don't know.
I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes. And if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus Jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course. Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Krosl.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Okay. There he goes.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
How much even
Please
is that
wait,
worth?
Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Why is this we can sit marked or specifically done like that? Whatever. I'm not planning on climbing. Although, hold on. Where am I supposed to go now? Here. Okay. Obviously, always at the same restaurant. Or isn't the same restaurant? I'm not even sure. Ah, yeah, it is. Hello.
Miss Yanfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No, my father just came back from work. I was going to say hi. Yeah, okay, now,
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the ore inlaid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
not Smaragdus Jadeite. Really? Oh my god.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
No.
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know if
made them
Granny
as
told you
well.
this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch.
Yeah, like, okay, maybe Madame Pink did not tell us this, but okay. Anyways, yeah, I mean, like, this is just a very short story quest anyway, so yeah, I don't know if that even counts as that much of a spoiler, what I just said.
Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No.
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Krosl's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. And then he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
A very vivid description. I'm not sure. Well, it wasn't that vivid to me, but okay.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Maybe it is.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Another contract.
Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track.
If I had one more for every time I hear the word contract, well then I would have like maybe hundreds.
Feels like Yunfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
Paimon's like, oh my god, what's happening here? It's my nightmare coming true.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
Such an ordeal. No, not really.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy.
Need me to do anything?
Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because you can
Because,
get more
as it
from it.
happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself.
Oh.
I noticed strong traces of geo-energy around Mr. Krosl, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite.
Hold on, does it mean that Yanfei also has this elemental side? I'm like, maybe. like from that one story quest back then with Halskargan, with Albedo, you found out that apparently the elemental sight is rather a rare skill in the Genshin Impact world. But okay.
Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ha! I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore.
He's
If Mr.
right
Krosl
behind
had his
you
ore worked
here.
on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Nice. Well, hello, Mr. Shuto. How are you doing?
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh! It's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter?
What's wrong with your voice? What are you doing?
Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Krosl enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Krosl, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite.
Okay.
That was
Continue.
the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Continue.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir.
That's so
We'll take a
much.
look at them.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Those are large
If my eyes don't
chunks.
deceive me, the cross sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings.
Smaragdus Jadeite, Smaragdus Nephrite. I see Smaragdus Nephrite.
Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time.
Oh, wow.
I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
Okay.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give Elemental Sight a shot. So, did you find anything?
Not a trace of elemental energy.
So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao is able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
There's nothing
probably.
special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time.
Why did she just remind me of Yingar? Huh. Why couldn't Shuto tell them apart?
These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
Okay.
But, never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Krosl...
Well, obviously to scam
Unusual
you.
actions have
lol.
unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Part back to Shuto. Stone. That actually looks quite cool. I have to mute.
Miss Yenfei, might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Krosl did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus Jadeite, did he not?
Okay, my father just came into the room, so I had to mute. But anyways, I just went to Mr. Krosl to see if there were actually geo elemental particles or whatever, you know what I mean, like elemental traces of geo, and there actually were. I mean, like, I didn't know that there was. I mean, like, it's really well made, but I still can't pick them up because it's not time yet for the story quest that I do that. Whatever. Anyways, that's cool. And now I'm talking to Shuto again.
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus Jadeite, uncut.
Why do you still have
Then
it?
I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Krosl brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Why would he... never mind.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yenfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
Yeah, if I was Mr. Shuto, then I would definitely would like to know how do you call it? Anyways, I would definitely want to like to know whatever, what she would take them for. I mean, like, if they just stole them, if she just stole them and then burned the letter or whatever, the contract or so. I mean, like, yo, I would like to know why, seriously. So if he just goes like, okay, I don't know it, then, but you can still have it, then that wouldn't make any sense.
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
If I was Shuto, I would say nope, not gonna give you them, only if you tell me the reason. I'm like, if I was him, you could get in trouble for stuff like that, or other people, or you get stuff stolen, whatever. I think, like, at least I would say no. That is way too carefree. Seriously.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Krosl won't dare try to deny what he did.
Well, he
On the
will.
contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry, nope.
Where did you just get that book from? Just popped out of nowhere or what?
Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Okay.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Well,
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because
this
I've
camera
memorized
shot?
all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know?
is this how Adepti become so adept at everything? What?
Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Well, I certainly don't. I only like
Again, with
reading
that
mangas.
casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singxi.
And I mean, if you were to study something, then you would have to read all that stuff as well. I mean, like, if you were to study in a university like my brother, I'm like, you don't know how much he studied for his exam, like 2 days ago or something. He studied for weeks from I don't even know. He goes to sleep at 8 a.m., wakes up at 3 to 5 p.m. and then studies through from that time to the next day. Like, he's just okay. And like, yeah, you have to read all of this if you want to, well, study at the university anyways. Okay, then hello Xinxi.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client
Have no
What?
further
Oh.
trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to... Has a merchant by the name
Huh?
of Krosl
What?
asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith
I didn't
recently?
even click.
Krosl? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite.
Why would you be able to remember that? I don't understand. And where is Snezhnaya anyways? I mean, like, from Snezhnaya, is that like somewhere in Inazuma or in another, what's called, in another country? No, not country. How are these things called again? Nations. And like, there are 4 different nations that are yet to be discovered, that are yet to be developed by Genshin Impact. But I'm like, yeah, where is Snezhnaya? Is that also a nation? Or is that like a part of a nation? I have no clue.
The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Inksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Krosl commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Okay, why would you be able to remember this? I mean, like, come on, you just... Or did you read it? I don't know. But in my opinion, if you just hear this once, you wouldn't remember it. But okay.
Mr. Krosl wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins.
Oh, that's
The
why
inlaid
she's
gemstone
able
is
to
recorded
remember.
as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Thank you, Sinksy. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about. Just a minor issue. I'll
Minor.
return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
Well, why else would someone come here? Must be the nature of a legal consultancy. I mean, like, that does make sense if someone comes there and asks, ah, yeah, is it like this? Is it like this? Can you show me the contract? Obviously, something must be going on if someone asks that.
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
Why Baiju? Boo Boo Pharmacy, I still love this name. Why Boo Boo?
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to
Weirdo.
speak to him for?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Because then she can say, even if it was genuine, it was careless of him to sell a piece of Smaragdus Jadeite to a person, knowing or not, it's still illegal that it is, and that it can lead to death. Death!
Off we go.
What am I even saying? Like, no. Oh, I'm so dumb. It's unbelievable. Dude, why am I back here again? Why would you teleport me to this? I've lost my mental bursts, lost HP, and I'm teleported like 200 meters back again. I'm like, probably it's just 100 meters, but still, but come on. What is this? No. Oh. Dude, how are you drowning in this little piece of...
Off we go. Adventure time.
I'm like, come on, it's impossible to drown there. Dude. Like, even if I had no stamina at all, you can't drown here. It's like this water's not even 1 meter. Dude, that's like not even 1 meter or so. Like, Ningguang would probably even be able to stand here. Bennett is a short guy. Actually, he's not even that much shorter than Ningguang. But it's still doing this much of a difference. I see. And there's Dr. Baiju. How is it possible that you could drown there? I'm like, come on. You got to be really unlucky to drown there. Oh, right. Bennett is the most unlucky person in this game. Damn, he's the Donald Duck in Genshin Impact. Whatever. Hello, Baiju. Hold on, if I talk to Renju, then nothing happens. I actually have to talk to Baiju, right? Well, then, hello Baiju. Herbalist GUI, also nothing. I want to buy some herbs. You can buy herbs here? Seriously? You can buy recipe lotus seed and bird egg soup. I didn't know that you could do that. Oh my god, I'm still going to purchase that. I don't even know what that does, but still though, I'm going to take that. You can buy Qinxins here? You can buy all these things. What? What? And I was always farming those freaking Qinxins day after day for being able to ascend my Xiao on my first account, and I never knew about this. Oh my god, okay, I learned something new today. I'm not going to be mad now, and hello Mr. Weirdo with the snake around his neck.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs.
For our little Chi-Chi. I can still remember yesterday I was still playing this, or was it yesterday? I'm not even sure. Today's Friday, by the way. So yeah, yesterday I played that story, that Archon quest, where Chi-Chi was like, oh yeah, I'm looking out for here to, I don't know, to evacuate people. I am Chi-Chi. I am here. Ningguang told me to evacuate all the people, but nobody would listen to Chi-Chi. So I am here to protect everyone if something happens. Like, nice.
And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well? Now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 mountain treatises.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but he somehow reminds me of that clown-looking guy from ReZero. Though the last time I watched ReZero, anything of that was like 9 months ago or something, or maybe even 10. So I have no clue actually. I watched that on, I think in May or June 2021. And it's already March. Yes, it is already the 4th of March 2022. Oh my god, it was 9 months ago when I watched ReZero. Still though, he kind of reminds me of that guy. Maybe I'm just being dumb right now, but I don't know.
The 7 mountain treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it.
No.
It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of your question...
Blah blah blah. Hold on. Is it maybe just like in Avatar The Last Airbender that they are trying to avoid calling the name kill and saying kill, death and stuff like that? Like, they also always just say assassinated with Rex Labs and stuff like that, but not kill, death, whatever. I think they're trying to avoid this because it's also like a game that is also supposed to be for children, for smaller children still though. Like, why?
I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes.
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document. Won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago.
Oh, really?
But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
Yes, but my question is, if Krosl even knew about this, then why did he still decide to, like, to execute this scam? I'm like, is he stupid or something to actually do that? He's leaving so many traces behind and they are so easy to follow compared to other things that he could have done. Like, that was just the worst thing that he could have done. Ask him, even knowing that. I'm like, you know what I mean. It's just stupid what he did. Anyways, yeah.
Ah, you needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
Is this like maybe Chinese writing here? I have no clue, maybe. Anyways,
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever.
yeah.
Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Hey.
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Krosl.
By the way, question, why does he look like he has dragon eyes? Red and yellow eyes, also a bit orange, and then the slits pop. I mean, like, yeah, now you can see what I mean. Maybe like this or something. I'm not sure. Like, you can see his eye here.
I can't read
It
what this says.
does look a bit like those typical dragon eyes in other anime. Not Herbalist Gui. Can I still talk to Baiju? What do you have to say?
Take care now, everyone.
Oh, that's all?
Prescription.
Okay. Okay. Why can't I talk to that snake? I would like to talk to that snake.
Think you can bully me?
Okay, then. Hello. They can already see the elemental traces. No, I can't. But now I can. Haha. Well then. Why are there so many requests? Each of those things is a word quest. Each of those, how's it called again? Those. Oh my god, how many are there? Each of those exclamation marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those are there. And it's just like, I mean, like, you can't see them if you are not, if it's not on the
I
minimap here
wasn't waiting for you.
or near it.
I just happened to be resting.
What? And like, why are there so many swirl quests? I mean, I can already see those elemental traces here, and oh my god, you are so dead, Mr. Krosl. Okay, now, hello, we are back.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course.
He's so dumb.
According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Krosl, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Yeah, you just
Not at all. According to my
stupid.
investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question.
What is Jade Miss? Ah, that's Shito. And from Mingqing Jewelry, show the evidence. Whether it is true, please. Ah. This one?
This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Yes, and that would be that it can harm you. Yeah. That it is harmful to mortals or whatever.
Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
The one from Boo Boo Pharmacy, I guess.
Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil Affairs. The one we got from Xingxi of Mingxing Jewelry.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense, but okay.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And
What
this
did I
guy's
say?
getting more belligerent by the second.
What did I say? It doesn't make any sense. The second one only strengthens his own position. We have to... Oh my god, I hate you, Yanfei. Why did you make me do this?
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Yes, that's why that's why I chose the third one before the second one. Are you kidding me? I hate you,
Well,
Yanfei.
hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet.
Yeah, shut the hell up, come on. I was already going to show it, but you told me, yeah, no, I'm not going to show that yet, because I first want to make him feel superior to us and then take him down. Whatever, I hate you, Yanfei.
Traveler, would you do the honors?
Blah blah, yeah.
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Krosl, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item, I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Krosl. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear,
Why would you
Mr.
confess?
Krosl. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually...
Why are you saying this? Are you stupid? This makes things only worse. But okay.
aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Krosl, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora?
Okay, this case is so unrealistic. Like, seriously, it's way too easy. And the scammer also acted way too obvious. Okay, maybe in real life there are also very obvious scammers, but that's the difference. In real life there are other online scammers, but there's also a difference between online scamming and real life scamming, okay? But dude, this case, man.
Mr. Krosl, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
I...
Yampy's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
No, not really, but okay. Again, that's legal consultancy for you.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite.
Cool.
But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price.
Well,
But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation too.
well, then why didn't you just instantly sell it or something? I mean, it's so valuable and you already know about its property, so what? Huh? I don't understand.
I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste?
Or just sell it to a freaking vision user. I mean, like, you could just sell it to Dr. Baiju if he was to buy it. I mean, like, he probably wouldn't buy it. But still, though, come on. You could just sell it to, I don't know, to someone who has a vision and has enough money to... You could sell it to Ning Wang, man. She has a geo vision. She wouldn't be affected by it at all.
That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite.
Well, you are stupid.
I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Jiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
So why did you charge Jiqiao such an extraordinary rental price then? And why did you had this thing there, this one, how's it called again? This, whatever, you know, this contract, this one condition there.
Exactly. If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
Well, there already are.
All right,
lol.
let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times?
-1, because she lost the hairpins.
Krosl looks like he could faint any second.
As
What
for
is he
me,
doing?
according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite.
No, twice.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even
Hey.
if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation
Yes,
for that.
a 10th, so she still has to pay 9 times the price back. And why are you this happy about it? Like, come on, why are you this friendly? You just found out that you got scammed like hell. And now you are like, oh, okay, I still am friendly to you. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Ms. Jiqiao, you...
However, Mr. Krosl, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Now he's on the losing side
Miss
as hell.
Yanfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus
Idiot.
Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever. It'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yanfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Krosl come to an understanding?
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Krosl, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Krosl, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores.
Oh, come on, please don't. Please don't just say, okay, I have now an offer to you.
If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Doesn't make any sense.
Let me think for a moment.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Yes, though there were some twists and turns along the way, and
Exactly.
whatever.
Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution.
Can't say I've never met an adeptus like you before. Yeah, I said never met an... Can't say I've never met an adeptus like you before, because I already have. Yes, I have.
An adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
I think there's more than just reason involved here, Paimon. Okay, I don't know what that is about, but okay.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
Tenterhooks? What does that mean? Smaragdus Jadeite. Why does it look so similar to... Hold on. Wasn't here like this? Oh, it looks just like Korlap, it's just... no. It looks very similar like that thing from the interlude chapter, that one item there. But I'm like, okay. With I'm now going back to Madame Ping. Higher. Yeah. Madame Ping's waiting. Hello, Madame Ping. By the way, why is there this like this? I don't even know how you call it, but like the spell constantly ringing at how is she called again? Diona. Why does Diona has a bell with her? Where even is that bell? Is it like here somewhere or here? I have no clue. Well, anyways, hello, Madame Ping.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus Jadeite?
We were, thanks to Yan Fei.
Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right, then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you.
I never received
I've been
one.
looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Come
Okay.
now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot. Hmm?
Nope.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious.
What does
Her
that
father
mean?
was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis.
A truly unique adeptus.
Indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Liyue is not the same place I once knew.
Why Granny? But okay.
All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Yes.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
And how long does it take?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment.
Okay. Madame Ping begins to construct the gift. Okay.
There we
Oh.
go. This Serenity pot is all yours now.
Oh.
Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen.
Oh.
Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Thanks, Granny.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Just press F.
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
Yes, perfect. The funny thing is, the first time I saw Tubby, I thought that it was a he. Press B, yes, and now I can press place it, and then I can press F. Open air workshop, nice. And now I can enter the teapot. New teapot to call home part 2. What? Hold on, just 1 second. What is this? The teapot to call home 2, part 2. There's a second part. This is the teapot. The crisis looming over Liyue Harbor has calmed and it's business as usual in City Harbor. I'm just going to leave it at that. I have now, yeah, it's now part 2. This was the first part then of the a teapot to call home. Do I want to stop it here? I mean, I think I could just stop here. I got that Serenity pot. It's also nice and shiny here. Yes. Anyways, I think I could just end it here since there's not much more about the first quest. I think I'm just going to continue recording the second time because I don't know how long the second story quest is going to take, or the second world quest actually, second part of this whole quest. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and I'm going to say that I have recorded this whole thing for like 1.25 hours, because it's rather 1.25 hours than 1 hour. And I also would like to collect some of those flowers here first. Even though I don't need those many flowers, I'm like Hinchu, I already have enough flowers for sending Hinchu, and after that I won't need any more flowers for him. But still, for Ningguang I probably also already have enough flowers for sending them, I mean. And I still can't send them anyways, because first we'll need to reach adventure rank 50 to do that. And I still... Okay, I would probably be almost adventure rank 48 already, with the adventure experience that I have already accumulated. But still though, I'm still going to collect those flowers here.
Off we go!
Aren't there like any more flowers here as well? Ah yes, one glaze lily right here. And the Serenity Teapot is still here. Nice. Well then I'd say that's also it with this video, and yeah, I'm going to just start recording this whole thing, and I'm just going to start recording the next part of this whole story quest. Yes, let's go.